Deep beneath the frozen shell, the Earth is waking up. Tectonic plates are moving. Magma meets ice. A violent explosion of steam, ash.
With no rain to wash the sky, volcanic smoke lingers, choking the atmosphere.
Carbon dioxide floods the atmosphere, turning the once blue sky into a toxic yellow haze.
Ash falls like black snow, staining the pristine white surface and changing its chemistry. Dark ash absorbs the sun's heat. The planet's reflective mirror is broken. Turquoise meltwater ponds appear. The first liquid water on the surface in millions of years. Heat tries to escape to space, but the thick carbon blanket traps it all inside. For 10 million years, volcanoes pump heat into the sky, building a super greenhouse. Temperatures skyrocket. The global freeze begins to crack and collapse. Raging rivers of meltwater carve through the ancient ice sheets, destabilizing everything. Trapped methane bursts free, igniting the very air. The planet is literally burning. Extreme heat creates hyper-hurricanes. The first heavy rain falls in millions of years. The ice collapses. The dark, churning ocean reclaims its dominion over the surface.
From space, a feverish planet. The Snowball Earth is ending, and a new world begins.
The white prison breaks. Ice walls collapse, unleashing mega tsunamis. Temperatures soar. Solid ice instantly transforms into raging liquid power.
Hypercanes, twice the size of modern storms, dominate the atmosphere.
Hot carbonic acid rain falls, eating through the ice sheet.
Grinding ice creates glacial flour, turning rivers into flows of milk.
Global flash floods swallow entire continents in a geological blink.
Evaporation creates a ghost world. Peaks rise from oceans of fog.
The deluge scours the land, stripping it down to the bone. Sediment rushes to the sea, building massive deltas.
From freezer to furnace, temperatures hit 50 degrees Celsius.
Thirsty rock drinks for the first time in millions of years.
The atmosphere is a chaotic engine of lightning and storms. The last sentinels of the Ice Age vanish into the warm sea. Sea levels rise hundreds of meters, reshaping the map. A wet, hot, volatile world emerges. The Great Thaw is complete.
The melting glaciers unleash a massive flood of nutrients. Phosphorus and nitrogen pour into the starving ocean.
It is a chemical feast. A global injection of fertilizer.
Microscopic survivors gorge themselves. They reproduce at a frantic pace.
The result is the greatest algae bloom in history. The oceans turn green.
The barren waters are transformed into a rich, living soup.
Photosynthesis goes into overdrive. A massive spike of oxygen floods the water.
With food comes the eaters. The first complex food web begins to spin.
Dead algae fall to the depths, carrying carbon with them. The once barren seafloor is now carpeted in nutrient-rich sludge.
Fueled by oxygen, cells grow larger, more complex, ready to build something new.
The algae suck carbon from the air. The choking haze clears. The sky turns blue.
The stage is set for the first true giants of the microscopic world. Peace returns. But this is a different Earth. A living Earth.
On the seafloor, strange, soft shapes begin to organize. The table is set, and the strangest guests in Earth's history are about to arrive. Before collagen, life was fragile. Cells were held together by weak slime, easily broken. But as oxygen levels rose, a new industrial revolution began inside the cell. Tiny molecular machines started weaving a protein stronger than steel, pro-collagen.
These fibers were exported outside the cell walls, into the empty space between them. Here, they self-assembled, twisting together to form a massive, unbreakable cable.
The matrix, a structural framework that cradles every cell in a protective embrace. Flexible yet tough, it bends under pressure but refuses to break.
It became the ultimate biological glue, locking cells together permanently.
With this skeleton, life was no longer a shapeless blob. It could build structure. Collagen allowed animals to defy gravity and grow larger than ever before.
The basal lamina, a collagen carpet anchoring life to the rocky sea floor. Strong enough to stand, yet flexible enough to dance with the currents. This secret mesh is still inside us today, in our skin, our bones, our cartilage. Armed with collagen, the animal kingdom began its conquest of the ocean floor.
The first architects of life, the sponges.
This is not a plant. It is the first animal, the sponge.
Meet Otavia, tiny, rugged, and the ancestor of all complex life.
Inside, there are no organs, just a hollow, empty tower.
Water is sucked in through pores and blasted out the top.
Millions of beating cells act as a microscopic engine.
They filter bacteria from the water, the first predator.
No brain, no heart, just cellular cooperation.
A skeleton made of microscopic glass spikes keeps them standing. Crush them, and they will rebuild themselves from scratch. Life exploded into a riot of shapes and colors. To reproduce, they simply smoke the sea with life. They don't just exist, they eat. The food chain has begun.
Simple and silent. They are the ancestors of us all.